Hi everyone. This is Director Marlon Green, Hall of Fame member, Director of Photography. I'm going to go over these documents and show you how to avoid the scams and the pitfalls of the lawyers, the courts, and the insurance companies. I'm going to show you how you're supposed to go about proceeding the right way in seeking litigation. First of all, if you're in Louisiana, the current law is that you have an accident, you have 30 days to challenge it. What's going on is the insurance companies have bad ratings. Many of them are owned by racists and white supremacists. A lot of these corporations have bought off and paid off the lawyers and the judges. So even with a little bit of a claim, you may not get it. And if you're a minority, if you're anything besides white, you might not get anything, or you might get part of it. I'm just telling you how it is, because that's how it is. If you don't have a lot of people on your side with these insurance companies and they see you fragmented, they're going to test you more. What they do is they pay these judges to keep it and prolong it out of the court long as possible. For a measly $10,000, they'll make you wait 10 years and make you spend $20,000 on administrative costs, and then they sitting on their asses just casually doing paperwork under the air condition. They get paid taxpayer money, and then they get to gouge us from traffic tickets and predatory policing, and they'll never admit fault. And by me being a community activist, what I recommend you do whenever you get into a disagreement and you have to go to court, the first thing you do is you make a police report. Let me tell you why you make a police report. Because a lot of times that if you let something go and you just try to go to court, and sometimes you might can file in court and you might have all of the good intentions, and then something happens before you go to court. Like, let's just say something hypothetically, like I get into it with somebody hit my car, the police didn't come, or the police came and you got a bad report and you wanted to challenge it. Okay, well, in Louisiana, you have 30 days to challenge it. Both insurance companies have to honor it. If there was a loss, they have to honor it. If you have bodily injury, they have to pay you bodily injury if you or the other person get injured, and it can be covered financially by your policy or the person at fault. This lady hit me. She was white. She lied to the insurance company, State Farm, and this is the policy number. And you can check if you have the you can't really see it. I have to scan it in later. But if you can track this State Farm policy, it's 2645919180008. Derek Morrell, State Farm, Bullock Avenue. He's a white boy. He's a racist. The old lady hit me. She was supposed to pay. They waited a year. They paid her. They didn't pay me. They didn't even tell me. I wanted to go to court. I put in a request for 30 days. It never happened. It's 2 years later, and all the black judges are in charge of these cases have been sold out. Judge Bruno, Judge Chris Bruno, Judge Griffin. And this is a fact because I'm showing you the documents that they are fraudulently involved in. So we have filed a complaint, a criminal complaint, for a couple of things. But the first thing is State Farm need to pay the medical bills. This is policy number 2645919180001. There is a State Farm policy. Nothing was ever late on this policy. They charged Joanne Madeir to my policy, and first of all, one, she was never hurt. Two, they waited till after the year of limitations to file a claim. Three, they filed a claim and didn't tell me. Four, my insurance rates went up and they are still up. Five, they attacked my credit, and I'll show you where it says State Farm on my credit. Now this video, you might can't see it because the light formatting is different, but this very same video, I'm going to scan these documents in so you can get a better look. So if you can see this, I'm going to put the document up for a few seconds, and this is State Farm policy 264-5919-1818001. And so if you do your background work, you can see none of this policy was delinquent, and they charged 2 losses to my insurance policy. I was paid up and didn't tell me. It was her fault, but she lied and said it was my fault. We were supposed to go to court. We never went to court. I'm going to show you the pictures also. I'm going to put the pictures that shows the angle. When she was in the Oldsmobile, I was in the Dodge. The Oldsmobile is at an awkward angle, and also they were supposedly had a witness. Well, in the picture, there is no witness. And the witness, well, he's a false witness, and his name is Robbie Rotolo. He came out of Burger King and said that I hit them people 20 minutes later. And the reason why I know who he is, because his name had came up on a police report. And if you want to ask him, or if you want to verify that he lied, his phone number is 985-792-5205. They don't never pick up the phone, so you know that's troublemaking right there. But that's Robbie Rotolo, and ask him if he was a witness, how come he's not in the picture at the traffic light or in the picture of what I took at the scene. And so I filed a lawsuit. Louisiana, when you file a lawsuit, they already sued, they already have to pay. But Judge Bruno and Judge Griffin, what they do is disqualify documents such as informal purpose. And I'm going to go through all of these documents too also. Informal purpose is a document that allows you to file lawsuits not free of charge, but delay payment based on the lawsuit. Now, you don't use an informal purpose if you can afford it. Only if you can afford it. The major two requirements for informal purpose are, well, 3. Special needs, such as physical disability, circumstances, something like that. Financial need, if you simply can't afford it, or if you disabled, got Social Security and VA disability, they'll waive the upfront cost pending the investigation. Now, if they dismiss the case without going through evidence or didn't do any investigation, don't pay them nothing. The best way to pay in court is with credit cards, because if you don't get your proper service, it can be tracked. The transaction can be tracked through the credit card. Be aware of a lot of these banks and a lot of these courts that just want to do check and just want to do cash, because that can be easily tampered with. You use the credit cards because they got to go through a whole department to explain their transaction if they messed it up. And if they don't have proof, you get your money back off top. When you pay these courts your cash money, if they don't do your service right, you don't get your money back, and then they dismiss the case and they expect you to pay an upfront cost each and every time they dismiss your case, even if they dismiss the evidence. I'm telling you right now, these white folks and these black folks are very biased against veterans. We are wounded for them. We are disabled for them. We can't get health care. And then the corporate turn right back around buy all of the athletes, buy all of the property, put counterproductive policies in the community. Then they advertise with the athletes, robbing us. They have bad reviews. And even if you go to court, you can't get your fair share, because in America, insurance is mandatory, but it is not mandatory for the insurance company to pay. It's not a law that making insurance pay. They leave it up to their discretion. And that shouldn't be like that. And so I made a report to the Consumer Fraud Hotline. Travelers have a hotline. I complain to them. State Farm has a hotline. State Farm knows about this. It's big. Everybody done heard about it, and they're ready to cheat. Freddie White is a woman that lives in Baton Rouge, and her number is let me see if I got that. The number in Baton Rouge that the lawyers are is at 225-358-5820. That's one of their numbers. And let me see what else is in here. And 255-237-2807. If you call these numbers, you can tell these are white folks. Freddie White and Ken, they white folks. They swept this under the table and hope that nobody pursued it, but I caught them. They paid that lady out, Joanne Madeir, $32,000 out my policy. I'm injured. They didn't even give me medical treatment. So I put a fraud hotline on them, Derek Mirel, Hartford, and Joanne Madeir, because that's her insurance company. I had notified them. And another part coming up soon.